Welcome back to my channel. Today I am really excited because we are going to play with this concealer right here. This is is it LYS or LYS? I never know. Concealer, and I just really enjoy the brand overall. I think it's very well priced. I think it performs really well, and I pretty much enjoy every single product I tried from them. I will, however, do just a full face of LYS, at least things that I already have. Like I have the foundation right here, I have a couple blushes, the bronzer, the powder, and I just bought the highlighter in Brave when I got this because I've never tried it, and I thought it would be just fun to do a mini full face. So if you guys are interested, continue watching. If you're new here, welcome. I'd love for you to subscribe down below if you enjoy the channel, and let's put some very needed makeup on. I have been really trying to be healthier. So I have my water here. I don't have no alcohol or coffee. I actually already drank my coffee, but I shouldn't have alcohol at like 9 a.m. I am quickly going to apply the glow screen. The SPF. I have just a moisturizer on, and that's about it. And this, I've had a friend here and here, and I have very dark circles. Somebody suggested when I do concealer reviews to do one side with corrector and one side without, and I kind of like that idea because many of us use corrector. I know I do almost every single day, so I think I'm going to try that today. That way you can see if it's full coverage and like the difference between wearing a corrector or not. Okay, so let's move on to this. Actually, no, let me put a pore filling primer. I am going to take my Tarte pore filling primer. This is such a good one, but I use it sparingly, just around this area. And I push it in. I know LYS has a really good primer. I don't own it, but I will put my foundation on. I have mine in LG6, and usually this is slightly too light for me, and I feel like that's why I have not been wearing it much, because I feel like it's just a little bit too light. But it's a really nice foundation. I know a ton of people absolutely love it. And I think for me, again, I would wear it more often if I had the right shade. This is supposed to be medium coverage, like a serum-like foundation. I would say that this does have a medium coverage. I think you can build it up a little bit more than a medium. But it's really nice. However, I am not like everybody else. Like, I feel like I have a few problems with it. I think it sits around my fine lines, and I can see it. That's why I wanted to put a pore filling primer, because I know how this foundation wears on me, and I always have issues just around here, just around my nose. I see it a little bit more, but when I put a primer like that, it works so much better. But that's really pretty, very skin-like. Maybe the color's not that off. I think when I try a product and my initial reaction is like, oh, it's too heavy or it's too dry, I tend to hold on to that. And for some reason, it puts me off from trying it or using it again. But I know it's not fair towards a product, and it's all in my mind. So that is just one pump, and I even have a little bit left. I don't want to just put too much because I really want to see how that concealer works. So the concealers I got are this MN1 and LN6. But I'm not going to touch MN1 because I looked at this one and I think it's my shade. I'm just going to return that one because I haven't touched it. So let's see this one. So it's the same packaging, like with the triangle, which I enjoy. I personally really like the packaging. I think it's really nice, really elegant. It looks luxurious, and the price is $18, which you can't really beat that at Sephora. So this, it's supposed to be a full coverage concealer. It's long wearing. It says it's good for dark circles and dark spots. So the color I got is supposed to be light skin with neutral undertones, and that's kind of what I am. So let's do one eye with just the concealer. It did seem that it had a slight peachiness when it dried down on my skin, on my hand, but we'll see. So let me add just a little bit right here, in here. I don't like to put a lot of concealer just in general, so I start with little. I will say that this has a really intense stopper, so you kind of need to pull on it, and I'm just afraid that maybe the product will splatter everywhere. But I do enjoy the packaging. I think it's really, really nice and sturdy. So let's blend this out. That's a nice color. That is really beautiful on the skin. It almost looks like it has a radiance to it. I'm liking it, and it seems a very light under the eyes. I would not say that right now this is full coverage. I still see my dark circles, but I will build it up just a little bit more. But so far, I'm really liking it. It's a very, very light texture. Let me feel it. Even when I apply it, like it feels very light. And look how easy that's blending it in. But it has the coverage there. Ooh, I'm liking this. Initially, I'm liking this more than the KVD, just because it feels lighter on my skin, and I don't like any heavy concealers. So that is with the second layer. I didn't put a ton, just a little bit, and I'm really liking this. It feels very light. It blended in very fast. However, this brush right here, this is the Sonia G Mini Base, and I love the classic base so much that I would try to use this for concealer, and then I ordered the smaller one, and it is amazing. If you have never tried like luxurious brushes and you really want to try this collection, I just think it is so incredible. It is pricey, but you will have them almost a lifetime if you take care of them. And your makeup will apply so much faster. You're never gonna want to go away from these brushes. But yeah, I'm really liking this so far. I think because the texture is so light, it's not that I see wrinkles under the eyes, I see a little bit of texture, nothing crazy. Sometimes if a concealer for me is too light, it can almost get into my creases, and if it has a little bit of creaminess, it almost covers those creases. This one, I think it's on the edge of being too light, too thin, not light, but it looks great. And I will powder because I almost always powder under the eyes because my mascara just goes everywhere, and I think it's going to be perfect. But I'm really loving this. So I turned the ring light completely off. Hopefully we can see something, but I think it did such a good job of just cleaning out my darkness. I have a lot of darkness here. All my kids are sick. They all threw up last night. It's been fun. So I was up quite a lot, and I think this literally just erased everything, but without it looking heavy. I'm absolutely enjoying it right now. I don't even want to put that corrector because I feel like this does a good job at canceling. What do you guys think? I wish you were here to tell me. Let me just show you, if I put just a dot of corrector, how this is gonna work. I'm gonna take my NARS corrector. This is the lightest one, and I'm literally just doing one thing right here. That's all I'm gonna do. Look how that canceled so quickly, so fast. All right, so let's take my concealer and apply here, here, maybe a little bit here like I did last time. I do really like the color as well. I don't think it's too light. It works really good with the foundation. So it's the same number as my foundation. So right now, I don't really see a difference between this one and this one. If anything, this one looks just a little bit better because I added another layer. So I'm going to do the same on this eye, but so far, I don't think you need a corrector. I don't see a difference. Just a little bit there, here, always on my nose to cover everything. So that is the concealer on, and so far I am loving it. I think it looks a very skin-like, a bit too light texture for me, just a bit. I wish it was just a dot creamier, but I know that it's just such a personal preference of how you like the products, but I'm really enjoying it. I do feel the need to powder. However, yeah, I still feel the need to. This is looking really nice. It almost set down compared to this one. This feels a bit more, not matte in the negative sense. It just feels like it's set and it probably won't move that much. So I probably could get away with not setting it. I'm going to turn the lights down so you guys can see how it looks. This is how we're looking like. I think it's beautiful. It has a really beautiful finish. It sits really nice on the nose. The under eyes looks really nice. It does not look too heavy whatsoever. Again, there's just, like I said, this is my third time saying it. I wish it was just a dot creamier than Serum-y. But beautiful, beautiful. Maybe we'll powder one side, but then we have a corrector on the other one. I don't know what to do. So let me take the powder and do one side so you guys can see. Everybody seems to love this powder so much, and I enjoy it. It's not my all-time favorite, but I really, really like it. All right, so let me make sure I don't have any, there we go, little lines. So I'm gonna powder just a little bit here and here. And let's see how that looks. So this is powdered and not powdered. Looks nice, kind of similar. I don't see a huge difference. It still lets a little bit of the glow through this one. So maybe I do really like this powder. I feel like I use so much makeup that sometimes I need to revisit certain makeups and re-make up my mind about it. But it's looking really nice. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and powder this side as well. I know throughout the day, most likely, I'm gonna need it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now. And so far, the corrector side and the regular side look the same. I'm gonna powder a little bit my T-zone. I use very, very little powder. And I do enjoy this powder. Maybe I really enjoy it with this concealer. I think they work really well together. So I'm going to put the bronzer from LYS. This is Motivate. I think it's the lightest one. And I have two of the blushes here. This is Kindness. And then this is Confidence. And I may go for this one. I will fast forward this or like make it faster. Yeah, that way you guys don't get bored. was about to say I'm all done, but I forgot my mascara. However, I do want to put the highlighter before I put my mascara because I'm going to spray my face. So let's look at the highlighter. So the color I got is Brave. They did have a liquid one, a cream almost, like you could put it all in your body. But I really wanted to try this one. All the packaging is the same as the other ones, which I absolutely adore this packaging. And then this is the color Brave. And I'm going to swatch it. Oops. It's going to be intense. I think this is the lightest color that they have. They have another one that's pinkier. Okay, I'm going to take my reference number 20 and kind of go in there. It's a little powdery. I'm going to take a little bit off first and then go in just in case it's super intense. Oh, that's beautiful. It's definitely intense, but it's pretty on the skin. It may be just a dot too gold for me. Not gold, maybe too champagne-y. Almost like it shows up a little much. I'm gonna buff it into the skin. And I'm gonna go over it with my blush brush. I'm also taking just a flat brush. I'm gonna put it right here in my inner corner because I don't have much eye makeup on. So this will just brighten up that. So that is the highlighter. I think it's really pretty. It's not too out there, but it shows up. And I think it's pretty. I don't tend to go for powder highlighters just in general because I just really enjoy the creamy ones. But let me swatch this. So that is the swatch right there. And I think it's really pretty. I'm not sure how much you guys can tell. There we go. I like that this, you kind of have to work it into the skin and it becomes kind of slightly like a cream, but you have to blend it into the skin. I may just use my finger over it. Just by swatching it, I could already tell that like, okay, if you buff this in, it will become lighter almost and more like just skin-like and give you just a nice glow. I think that's beautiful. Everything is looking so good. Let me put mascara on, spray my face, and I'll be right back. I have finished the makeup and I'm just absolutely loving my makeup right now. I think it is just so fresh, skin-like, not too much. Everything is looking absolutely amazing. The concealer I really, really love. It feels like skin. I did spray my face with the Rare Beauty like sprayer and I felt like that really melted everything in, and that is more of a glowy spray, and I think it's beautiful. I think that really tied everything in. Between the corrector side and the regular side, I see absolutely no difference. So I don't think so far you need a corrector. We'll see how it wears. But just loving the highlight, loving just the bronzer was so good. I used to wear it a lot, you know, right when it came out, like for months. That's all I would wear. And, you know, you just buy new stuff and kind of forget about the rest. But so far, I'm just loving my skin. The concealer is looking great. Honestly, it's looking better on the side that I didn't put the corrector because I feel like this side that I did put the corrector has slightly more texture. It's probably because I built another product on top of that. But this side, it looks really beautiful, perfect. Let me turn the lights all the way down so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So this is the concealer, all powdered without corrector and then with corrector. I think it just looks so beautiful, skin-like. It gave me enough coverage. I do not feel like I have foundation on or just makeup in general. I feel like my skin looks just fresh. Liking the foundation a lot, actually. You know, around this area, I have other foundations that wear just a little bit better. but it's beautiful either way. Like the Chanel, I feel like minimizes my pores a little bit more and wears a little bit better around the mouth. But that's about it. I think it just looks like skin and it's beautiful. The concealer and foundation, just everything. All right, guys, I will wear this all day and I'll come back tonight and give you an update how everything were. I can't believe it's been like 9-10 hours. I wore this all day. And it's looking really, really good. Now, I will say that the foundation got so glowy that I had to powder. So halfway through the day, I did go ahead and use their powder, and it just kind of powdered everything. And I never powder anything. I think that's why this foundation wasn't like super favorite, because I felt like on me it got pretty oily, and I don't have oily skin, but it just got too glowy throughout the day. Now, I did use that sunscreen that has glowy primer in it. I just kind of forgot how glowy it gets. I probably would have picked a more mattifying primer. All right, but the concealer is still looking really wonderful. I think if you see any darkness, it's from my mascara, because I did not use my Thrive Cosmetics mascara on the lower lashes. And if I don't use that, I always get things under my eyes. So I think this is looking really, really good. I'm just loving everything. I think the blush is still on, the highlighter is still on. Yeah, everything is looking nice. Like, I see that there's some wear with the concealer, but I don't mind that at all. I don't think there's a difference between this or this. I don't know if you guys can tell. Let me look up here. Yeah, I really don't think that one side is darker, because I used the corrector on this one and on this one now. Maybe just a little bit, I don't know. It's just insignificant. But I think it's looking good. I'm liking the highlighter is still there. I just loved my makeup today. I felt like so like myself, just more put together. I did reapply a different lipstick. I applied one of the Fenty lipsticks right here. I don't know Pose Queen, because yeah, we talked about that. But that's kind of what I have on my lips right now. And yeah, I'm really liking this concealer. I think it did a really good job. I really like the way it felt on the skin. It felt like nothing, pretty much. I like the finish that it gave, and I think it's a good one, and the price point is amazing. I think LYS just in general is doing such a good job with the packaging, with the pricing, just with everything. Turn the lights all the way down so you can kind of see the glow now a little bit more. I like when the lights are darker, because I feel like it gives a better representation of how things look in person, but at the same time you have an issue with it looking too dark online. So we're just trying to do our best, but this is how we're looking like, nice and glowy. The concealer is still looking really nice, and I'm enjoying this product. I think they did a really good job with this. So yeah, those are all my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Have you tried this? Are you interested in it? I think it's a good one. I'm really enjoying it. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video.